So guys, welcome back. In this video we will be doing the hack the box starting point, the last box, that is base, and the IP address is 10.10.10.48. So I have already done the nmap scan. You can see a normal service scan and only this IP address, and you can see there are two ports open and one is filter, and the two ports are open are SSH and the port 80, that is the web server. You can see Apache version 2429 and it's a Linux box. So okay, now let's visit the website. So you can see we are at the index.html, and you can see about us, queries, contact us. So there is nothing about it, and you can click the login. So you can see there is a directory login, and inside that directory there is a login.php. So what if there are some other files at the login? So to know the index of that login page, and you can go to just login instead of login.php. And now you can see there is a directory listing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it in the new tab to see the contents of this file. Okay, we cannot see these contents, so this is rendering by the server side, and click on login.php. So this is our login page. Okay, now there is another file, so we need to save this. So let's see the contents of that. So let's view the content. Okay, you can see we have so much of random characters going on. Now to extract only the strings, what you can do is you can say strings login.php.swp. so now you will get the some neat strings. Okay, after seeing some, you can see here empty, not empty of username, not empty of password. That means we need to enter some username, password. So then onwards it's going into this loop. So this is actually reverse. First this loop will be executed and inside this will loop. So I don't know why it is been reverse. So before this seeing this, I have run the GoBuster scan. So you can see here I have used the big.txt, and we have the directories htaccess, htpasswd, and you can see there is a underscore uploaded. So now let's go to this directory. So you can see there is already reverse shell uploaded by some other person. Now we need to find a upload point so to upload our reverse shell. Okay, now I have run the GoBuster scan with small.txt. Then I did not get much results. So then I changed it to big.txt. So you can see the enumeration is the key here. So coming back to our code, you can see here we must enter the username and the password, and those will be gotten here into this this field. Post of username and dollar username is already created by the server side. So this is just a sample code, and we are comparing that our posted username with this already predefined username and then password. So we need to enter the correct username and the password. That results in 0. You can see here the str compare function has only used two equal to's. You can see here. Now we can say that we need to do something to bypass this str compare function to return the value 0. So to do that, you can just google for php str compare bypass, string compare bypass, and I have got this website. So in this website This is dynex.blogspot. So here he have explained that there is a string compare between a variable that holds a dynex string and the fields. It's actually fields is an array. So whenever we are comparing string with an array, it PHP returns 0 with an error. So there is a PHP warning, str compare expects parameter 2 to be string, but we have passed the array, and also it returns 0 along with this error. So that means this function becomes 0, and 0 is equals to 0, and this will be printed. So what you need to do is we need to send the array instead of just a simple plain text username and the password. So let's do that. So this is our username. Now let me choose the proxy to burp, and intercept is on. Now let's say temp admin temp. So click on login. So we need to change both the variables to the array. So one way to do this, you can just put the square brackets after the username, so that this will become an array. So this username array and the password array. Now what you need to do is you can click on forward. So you can just click this intercept off. Now you will be logged in. Okay, now we need to upload a reverse shell file. So you can just download from the Pentest Monkey, or you can also search in your Kali Linux. So you can see here you need to change the IP address and the password, sorry, IP address and the port number, and I think I have already changed this one. Yes. So now what we need to do is we need to set up a netcat listener 1234. So we need to upload this temp2.php. So upload this, click on upload. Now your file was uploaded. Okay, that's fine. Now you can see here this is the upload directory. Click on refresh. Now you will see our temp2.php. Now you can see we got the shell. So I think the Python will be installed. Say which Python 3. Okay, now let's spawn a TTY shell. So let's say who am I, ls home. So there is a user John. Okay, that's fine. Now let's see whether if we can access the John user.txt. Okay, permission denied. Now you can see here there is a config.php which is not visible to us, because that is a PHP and it cannot be visible on the front end. Now what we need to do is we need to locate that file. So it's in generally where www.html. So in this place our general web server will be hosted. Say ls. Okay, there is a login page, sorry, folder and ls. Now you can see config.php. Now let's say cat. So you can see username admin and password is, this is a good password. Okay, so let's copy this. Now what you can do is you can click on login and you can say admin and hit enter. So now we can see you can again select upload, select the PHP file, you can get the reverse shell, but it is the same shell, that is www data. So it is, there is no difference in between this and that shell. So this is a password for the John user. So now what I can do is I can say su John and paste the password. You can see we have logged in as a John user. And you can also remember that SSH port is open, right? So you can log in to the John user using SSH also. So okay, since we have the password, we can view the permissions of our John user, that is the root permissions, and paste the password. And you can see there is a find binary. So find is used to locate the files. Okay, so what you can do is you can say you can say sudo usr bin find. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the root.txt, that is obviously in the root folder, and name root.txt and hit enter. So you can see there is a root.txt file. So what you can do is with the find command you can execute a command. So with this find binary, whenever there is a successful result, so those many number of times a command can be executed using the exec flag. So I want to execute the bin bash. So if there is you take the result finding this root.txt, and if there are more than one root.txt, suppose say 5 files, so then this command will be executed 5 times. So obviously there is only single root.txt, so that's why we can execute this bin bash only once. Now hit enter. Now you can see we are logged in as a root. Who am I? cd root. Let's say ls minus la. Okay, we can display the root.txt. So we have successfully pawned the machine. So you can see a single PHP vulnerable function can lead to whole system compromise. So that's why what you can do is you can put the 3 equal to. So that means it will also check the type variable type comparison. So it should be similar type, and then also it should be equal. So this double equal to leads to a vulnerability that leads to whole system compromise. So that's all about this box base.